Hey guys, it's me again. Back on the 37 chord. Okay, so I know I say a lot. I just want to make this comment because some people have, sort of said, oh, well, if you're public speaking, you shouldn't say a lot. Well, if you have prepared notes and you have a teleprompter, it's really easy to not say a lot, where you have to pause to think and formulate your next opinion. I spent years of my life as an attorney, so I'm comfortable speaking in court, and I know that you need to pause to gather your thoughts. So I apologize for the uhs and the ums, but that means I am doing these things live and unscripted, as an amateur would be. If you want a professional channel, there are other ones, but this is Amateur Joe. We're here on the 37 chord, as I said before. I've obviously made some progress on it. Now, there was one fuck up that I didn't show, and I totally forgot to put it on there. But when you are using an airbrush and you clean the airbrush with thinner or a commercial airbrush cleaner, it can present some problems. Now, maybe this isn't true if you use thinner and you're using enamels or a lacquer or something. I don't know. I don't use those. I use acrylic paints. And I can promise you that with acrylic paints, if you mix alcohol and acrylic paints or anything else, your paint will curdle. Well, being Amateur Joe, what I did was I sprayed I put my paint in my airbrush without running some water through it after I'd used some cleaner, and the paint came out and it curdled on the back of the car. And so I got this weird curdling thing. You can kind of see some of it under here. I had to sand it down. Not that, that's a whole different thing, but right here on the back part of the thing right above my finger, the paint actually just curdled. So I had to sand it pretty much all the way down to probably the primer and below, and rebuild and respray. So if you're using an airbrush, always make sure that water is the first and last thing through your airbrush. Should always put water in your airbrush before you put paint. That's my tip for the day. Moving on. Okay, you can see here where I've put some filler on this. The body parts for the cord, actually that back part and the door parts are separate, and they don't really fit together. I mean, this kit is not especially well engineered, at least compared to some of the other kits that I have put together in my life. And I can't say for cars, but this back fender here came in two parts, and you can kind of see the seam there. And I'm sort of building sorry for the cough. I'm sort of building up some filler to get a nice smooth gap to fill in that gap on either side. So I'm going to actually have to sand that all back down. That's why I didn't do an A-class #1 job of sanding all of that down where the paint had curdled, because in essence this is going to need another layer anyway. So I use acrylic molding paste, and I haven't decided how well that sands down. I'm fighting off this cold, and it's just not good. I haven't decided how well that sands down yet, but the acrylic molding paste can at least be colored, so the gap filler there is silver, so we'll see how it sands out. But sorry, my sense of it is I'm going to need to sand that all down and add another coat of paint over the top of it. I'm hoping with the silver I won't have a lot of discoloration, and since the primer and the paint and everything else will be silver, we won't notice as much of layering and stuff. Again, sorry. You can see the back seat kind of in there with the doors on there. Those are my door handles. I haven't fixed them yet, so they can kind of swing. If I can do it there, see, so they will kind of swing, sit like that, or up, even out, and I'm gonna again paint them chrome and get something to mask the thing. I also put a hole in there. You can't really see. You can kind of see it there. I put a hole in the side of the foam there. That's where the windshield crank is going to go. Where the window crank is going to go. So you can see also my my flocking sort of efforts. They look a little better now that it's all matted down. It looks a little bit more like carpet. There's the door handle. So that's where we are at now. I have the front seat painted red and the back of the back seat. So as soon as we get the body in order, that'll be sorry. What terrible. You hear all my gross noises. The seats will be ready to go in once I get the body sanded down. And then there are the fenders that go on the sides. And again, there's probably going to need to be some filling and some spraying that goes on with the fenders, because the fenders don't quite fit perfectly on the back end. This part is a little shorter than that part there. So, you know, we do what we can. In any case, that's the update for now. And I will probably see you in the next video. Unless I have somebody else make it. Oh, here is the dashboard. One last thing. Here's the dashboard for this. I need to dechrome it and paint it because it should actually be the same color as the fender here. So I need to depaint it or dechrome it, paint it, rechrome it, and then I'll put it on there. So anyway, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, and sorry about the coughing and everything. I'm just fighting off a cold, and I will see you in the next video.